Welcome to Agora Minör podcast channel. This is Murat. Today we will be with Lena Tsampouri. She's a friend of us. We met last year. She came to Izmir after we met online to give some concerts with us in Izmir, and we organized really beautiful events. Now you are here, and we didn't want to miss this chance to do a podcast with you. And could you please tell us about yourself?
Well, thank you very much, first of all, for this opportunity. I'm very happy to do this podcast with you. And I'm very glad that I met Agora Minor. But we will talk, I think, about that later. And also, not forget, I'm not a native speaker with English, and I'm gonna do some mistakes. Well, currently I am a music teacher in a public music school in a small city of Greece.
So how did you start the music?
Well, the music, I have to start years ago. Well, my godfather, he is a guitarist and he plays rebetiko music. So my family, we were going all together, you know, what we call in Greece taverna, and they were playing music, but I was jealous. And every time I was going, they would put me, you know, on the podium where the orchestra was playing. And I was around 4 years old, having a baglama in my hands, and in front of me, a glass of milk. We were in a tavern, and I remember this story that, you know, the waiters was coming, and the rest of the orchestra was saying what they wanted to drink. And I was like, hey, mama, also a milk for me. Well, more or less, that's how I started. My parents, they were listening to music, and they had musicians friends. So I think that's how the the sickness with music started. So that was, as I can remember, my first touch also with an instrument.
So it was baglama?
It was the baglama, yes. But then I started classical violin in a private music school at Thessaloniki. Yeah, that's how it started.
And after your start, you joined some bands, maybe you established some bands, and you focused on rebetiko.
Yes, mostly rebetiko music, because okay, I don't remember a lot of things from my childhood, but some memories are strong. And I have a memory of me, you know, back then, 80s, 90s. I had a recorder, a really small one recorder. It was with a cassette. So what I remember, I was putting radio stations that they were playing only rebetika, and I was with this recorder and listening secretly, really, under the covers, you know, because it was late, but still I wanted to listen and make copies of music songs.
Wow, it's so interesting because rebetiko was also a kind of secret music in the era it was born and grow. So what is there inside rebetiko that attracts you that much, or how do you describe rebetiko?
Rebetiko for me, it's not a style of music. It's, I mean, it's not only that. It's rebetiko. It's a movement. It has to do with way of living, or beliefs, or some statements, you know. So I think that it's something bigger, and it's not just a music style. It has some mystery. It has a lot of pain, which I love. I love to hear this pain. And of course, there are songs that you can learn things about history also. Rebetiko, it was really outsider music. It was not well going with the main, let's say, audience in Greece, and it was not accepted because it was the music for the junkies, for poor people, for the ones that they have done prison. So yeah, it was not accepted from higher classes. Only later that happened. Of course, some new age musicians, they brought rebetiko to more high standards. But anyway, that's another story. In fact, all of us, we belong to a minor group, let's say, like this, and there are no differences. It's good. It's like also something like protest. Of course, say the truth, there are a lot of sexist words and lyrics on it, but I don't want to keep it separately from the era that it started, how was the culture back then, and how was the society built at that time. If I say it like this, then it's acceptable.
Of course, there are some different kind of specific areas of the movies. The language is also sexist, but we watch these movies, we see something else in these movies. But of course, every era has their own dynamics. So, this is Rebetiko for you. And it's not only a music, a way of life, understanding life. It's like a movement. And you are involved in this Rebetiko with baglama, violin, your voice, right? I think you also compose some music.
Compose music? Not really. I cannot say that I'm a composer, definitely. I mean, I have done some things, different reasons, like working with dancers, so I compose something in order to go with the movement that they were dancing, or write something very simple for a children's book for people that they have Down syndrome or difficulties. All of us, we belong to a minority.
Yeah, I would love to ask it. Not only identity, kind of minority.
No, it's not only identity. It's the way, the look of the color of your eyes. If you have hair or if you don't have hair. If you are tall, if you are short, fat, thin, all this. If you are long fingers, short fingers, whatever, something missing or not missing. If you think like this, I mean, we are all equal because we all belong to a minority. It's a pity if we see differently the world, like we are maybe higher than others.
Great. You performed some music in Greece.
Yes.
With some bands. Could you tell us about?
Well, after my studies in the Netherlands, I went back to Thessaloniki, and then I had some exams in Athens for a master degree, and so I moved and started studying for my master there. And like it was by luck, because when I was still a student, I was performing some rebetiko music at Thessaloniki with a friend of mine that he plays the guitar, and we found an accordion player, and we start a band together to play rebetiko music. But the good is that the three of us, we had the same philosophy about this style of music, about rebetiko. All three of us, we wanted to play rebetiko as authentic as it could be. I can say the way that we worked in our rehearsals. Okay, you cannot do more than 2 or 3 songs per time because it's too much. But we were doing it really with careful, and we were all learning all the voices of, let's say, if there were 2 bouzoukis, we were all do the first one and the second, and we were trying to do all of us 3 voices. So we were, the guitarist also sang, and we were trying to keep the same atmosphere of it. As I said, to keep it as much authentic as we could.
Mm-hmm. So this is what you think about, mostly about music or rebetiko, to keep it authentic, or do you think it's important to keep that traditional way, or how do you feel about fusions?
That's a very good question. The first approach should be the authentic one, because then you can do also, more things. If you want to do a good fusion, because there are also bad fusions. And this I find it's something, that it's something, it's fast. We're doing just to do it. And not because we love the music. And this is something that I found on you guys that I loved, and that's why I keep coming, and I will keep coming in the future and collaborate with you, because the approach of how you see rebetiko, it's really nice and beautiful, and sometimes also I get confused if I'm hearing a band from Greece or is it Turkey? You are.
Wow.
Yes, and I like this. I think also we have the same philosophy, and yeah, I'm very happy about that.
Beautiful. Yeah, we would love to see you more in Izmir also.
You will, don't worry.
I'm happy that I know this. I'm really. So yeah, with Agora Minor we gave some concerts last year, and we will also do this year. How do you see rebetiko from Greece? What's happening?
Most of the places that they have rebetiko music in Greece, especially in the more touristic areas, then of course you only listen touristic music, which for me it's not rebetiko. Does the song change? No. I mean, if one song is on the rebetiko, it is rebetiko song, but the style and the way that you are playing it in order to make happy, the others, but you are not happy because also you don't like what you are playing, I found it wrong, and this is something that I'm not trying to do in my life. That's why I'm choosing with whom I'm playing, and that's what I said before, that I really like the way that you are approaching rebetiko, because it fits with my point of view. I'm loving to play rebetiko with you, so for me it's a matter of how to say, to keep it, not to leave the character, but most of this kind of styles, if you are in a very public place, it's like no character at all for me. And the most important for me, we are humans, we make mistakes. We are not, even on live, we're playing live and we make some mistakes. Most important is the feeling. If you are gonna make me sense something, that's what I'm going to keep inside me, and that's what it's gonna touch me and do something to me. You might have the perfect voice, the perfect playing, but if you don't give to the audience that energy, then I'm not gonna feel it also. Also in rebetiko music, it is an ongoing conversation between the musicians and the audience. You create, in fact, together, because I'm saying, my sadness about something, and that touches you, and that makes us also, again, equal.
In Greece, are the young people interested in rebetiko, or new rebetiko music is evolving? How do you see?
Besides what we said about touristic places and the rebetiko music there, in Greece there are a lot of talented musicians, and there every year they're getting more and more young people, as you said, which is something that I love, that they are really interested in rebetiko. They are being in love with this music, and they start playing. Of course, nowadays you can find some fusions, like rebetiko with rap. There are, as I said, more young people that they are involving with rebetiko, and it's nice. And also there are very good rebetiko bands in Greece that they really playing properly rebetiko music, and I'm enjoying listening to them. There is this duo Skoutas Mitarakis, they play guitar and bouzouki, which I really enjoying them. Those are the first that just came in my mind. But there are much more. Also, there are few people now that they are creating rebetiko music on nowadays, but with their own lyrics, which is of course in the same thematology, I can say.
I was going to ask, what are they about? Are they about the old rebetiko, about rebellion, about freedom?
Yes, a love also, of course, which I found fascinated.
And rebetiko is also growing in other countries as well, not only in Greece. I think most of the European countries have rebetiko bands, even in America, Australia, as far as I know, Japan.
Yes.
And all other. It's like border is not important, or the nation is not important. The music, the feeling goes everywhere, and somebody finds that feeling and joins it.
Exactly. That's why music is so super, because there are no borders in music, in fact.
So now your last days in Izmir for
Yes.
this visit, and you will come again, of course. What impressions do you have about Izmir?
I love being here. I love Izmir. I don't know, it has something. It fascinates me. Every time I find something different. There is this energy. And yeah, I'm loving being here and explore more the city.
I think we will have plenty of time in our next meeting to explore more about Izmir. And I'm very happy to see you here in Izmir in this podcast. And if you want to add something about something that I didn't ask but you want to tell.
I would like to add that I'm very, very, very happy because this time we had some extra time to make a dream of mine come true. Well, I always wanted to play, you know, it never happened to record it until now. The rebetiko songs with double voices. I wanted to have this, let's say, peaceful sound of this music, and I had the opportunity to do it now with you, Serap, and Alejandro. And I'm very, very happy.
I'm also very happy. I really enjoyed recording it. We will publish soon.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay, I think end of this conversation, apparently. Thank you for listening Agora Minör podcast channel, and see you in our next episode.
Goodbye and enjoy life.
Thank you very much again for joining us.
Thank you.